Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us today. I'm Dalton Dietrich, the Scientific Director of the Miami Project to Cure Paralysis. And this is a session to talk with the scientists at the Miami Project. And today we're talking to Dr. Katie Gant. Katie is an assistant professor in the Department of Neurological Surgery and the director of the Education and Outreach Program at the Miami Project, which is an extremely important component of our education and research mission. So Katie, thanks for being here today.
Thanks, Dalton.
Yeah.
Happy to be here.
So today we'll just start off with some questions, and it's just basically trying to educate individuals about what we do here. And of course, in your education and outreach programs, can you tell us exactly what that means in terms of the mission of the Miami Project?
Absolutely. So our education and outreach department, we have an education coordinator and we have an outreach coordinator. Our education coordinator, she oversees 5 different lecture series here at the Miami Project. Mm-hmm. We have Miami Project scientists, faculty from the departments of neurological surgery, from the Department of Neuroscience, and others who come and visit us for special lecture series. And those individuals update our scientific community and our students on what's happening in spinal cord injury, traumatic brain injury, and other neurological disorders. We also have an outreach coordinator, and she is the direct link between the spinal cord injury community and our scientists here at the Miami Project. Mm-hmm. So we have about 4,000 people who are currently in our research database. These are people who want to participate in research with us and stay up to date with what's happening here in terms of our clinical research programs and also our basic science. And so she makes contact with them each month to let them know what studies they might pre-qualify for, and also to let them know what's happening within our basic science as well as our clinical trials.
Mm-hmm. In terms of education, an extremely important component of our program is to actually educate people in terms of our outreach programs about the Miami Project, what we're doing, spinal cord injury, and actually answer them questions, especially new families. The loved ones have spinal cord injury. They don't know where to turn, where's the best places to have different types of treatments. Should they be treated with stem cells, for example, and things like that?
It's really hard. It's really hard because there's a lot of information now. It's so easy for people to see things on social media, to see a news story, and it's difficult for individuals to know what is really true, what is based on evidence, and what is just spin and someone trying to make money off of them and off of their injury. And so what our education and outreach department, our mission is to empower people through education. So whether that be students trying to move into the research space, or whether it's a family of a person who's newly injured and they are terrified and they don't know where to go, we want to empower them and the individual with the injury to take control of their health and give them the best evidence and information so that they can make the best decisions for their health care moving forward.
Yeah. You mentioned 4,000 individuals on our list that we can communicate with. One of the really great things about our research programs is trying to translate our basic research to the clinic. And we cannot do that without people volunteering to actually be committed to our clinical programs. And talking with them is always so interesting to hear from them exactly why they're volunteering for some of these trials and what they get out of these trials.
It's really awesome. So what's really special about the Miami Project, we have over 200 people here working at the Miami Project towards finding a cure for paralysis and also to improve the quality of life for individuals living with paralysis. And what makes the Miami, all of these people so special is we all come from different backgrounds. Mm-hmm. We have basic scientists in this building who have cells in dishes, and they're trying to understand tiny little interactions between cells or what's affecting those cells. Then we have people working in preclinical models of neurological injury and disease. So all of the information that's generated from those studies moves down into our clinical research programs. And so we are able to sort of complete this cycle of moving science through the mechanistic, answering mechanistic questions and moving into humans. And it's a really nice model, and we try to educate our community about all of that.
Something else that Katie's in charge in each year is our open house for the Miami Project. It's an opportunity for people to come in, spend the day with our scientists, take tours, ask questions, and it's amazing the types of questions that they ask. And we're fortunate we have the people who can answer those questions individually or as a team. So tell us about that particular program and how important it is to our...
Yeah, each year we open the doors here at the Miami Project and we give tours of our clinical research facilities, and we invite our scientists who are doing all different types of work in spinal cord injury to speak with the community. We this past year, you know, in the news, we're seeing a lot about stem cells and potentially their impact on repairing the central nervous system. And so our education department gets a lot of questions about stem cell therapies and whether they should go and participate in studies or pay for treatment at fee-for-service clinics. And so we had a whole session. We invited our experts. We had people who are doing basic research studies with all different types of stem cells and other cells like Schwann cells, which we have a lot of experience with here at the Miami Project. We had a clinical trials expert from the Miami Project who is very involved internationally with designing clinical trials in spinal cord injury. And then we had someone who is has a lot of experience in regulation of cell products. And so all these people came, they gave information. We had an hour-long, at the end of this, we had an hour-long session where every single person in that auditorium could get their questions answered. And it was a really, really nice session for people to get the real deal, the evidence on what's really happening.
So what you're hearing is that what's unique about the project is we do basic, we take that new knowledge and move it into translational models, and then we have the ability to move to the clinical arena in terms of studies and trials. And next year we've got a great opportunity for the project. We're moving into the new Christine Lynn Rehabilitation Institute for the Miami Project to Cure Paralysis. It's a nice alliance between Jackson Memorial Hospital, the University of Miami, and even the VA here in Miami. So we're really excited. We're moving into that particular hospital in around March. We've designed outstanding laboratories where the subjects, the patients can come, and we're going to be able to exchange our information in terms of cutting-edge rehabilitation, exercise, neuromodulation, the things that we're going to talk about in a little while, and move it into a larger patient population. So that's very exciting.
We're so excited about that, Dalton. So what's really, Miami Project, for years we've had this, strong connection to our clinical research groups, have had a strong connection to our basic science groups, but we haven't had as close of an association with the rehabilitation services here at Jackson Memorial Hospital and the University of Miami. And now there's a new chair of rehabilitation who is overseeing all of the clinical rehab programs at the new hospital. And so the clinical research group of the Miami Project will actually be embedded within this new rehabilitation hospital, state of the art, so we can start to collaborate more with our clinical colleagues and translate the knowledge that we've established over many years, generating evidence to support different types of rehabilitation and interventions into people with spinal cord injury and other neurological disorders. So this is a great new opportunity for our researchers to have access to a population that we sometimes miss, and to educate those people about what we do. And we are having lots of meetings right now where we're talking about new programs that we can implement, bringing in, we met the other day with a girl who teaches yoga to people with spinal cord injuries. We're talking to a man who does Tai Chi, and so it's going to be a really fun space, and we can make this a really great place to learn and to improve the lives of people living with neurological disorders.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, Katie, for joining us today and informing us of some of these really exciting programs that we're involved in. And so we'll bring you back, because I know there's a lot of other things you'd like to talk about, but thank you very much for this opportunity to talk about your programs.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.